members at 3659. That
Yeah,
goes to everybody.
yeah, that's what I'll
That's the
do.
easy
Yeah,
peasy.
yeah, that's what I'll
Doesn't have
do.
to have a two-part.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, that's what I'll do. Thanks.
Hey, Gail, I was planning on driving down. Do you want me to
Oh,
go up?
when do you, well, let's talk after the meeting.
Yeah, let's talk after the meeting. Just
Yeah.
planting the seed there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Morning,
we
everyone.
are being recorded.
And it does show.
Good morning,
We get a
Randolph.
note.
Did you get the latest version of the agenda? I sent it out this morning
Yes.
so you would know.
Good morning, Chad.
Mhm.
Morning, morning.
Where's Chad? Oh, Chad's joined somewhere else.
There's Becky Joe. Hey, Becky Joe.
Veronica said she would be here. There she is.
Veronica is very emotionally upset right now, so if she does, it'll be great to see her. I went to see her yesterday, and Andrew, her husband, but yeah, she's very, very affected.
Hello, Val. So
Val
nice to see
Gray.
your face again
Yay.
Hello, everyone.
and to hear your beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Hmm.
While everybody says good morning, let us say good evening from Singapore, is where we are at today.
Chris, are you going to screen share or shall I?
If you have it, you can go ahead and screen share it. That would be fine. Do you have it
Okay,
locally, or are
I
you going
have
to
it.
play it off the link?
I have it off the link.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see if I. This is still a learning lab,
Yes.
even though we have all these wonderful concepts. I'm still in a learning
You know,
stage. So,
the key to sharing when you're playing a video is make sure to check the box that says share sound.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
There's Chad. Good morning.
Where's Chad?
We're screen sharing you on the big screen on our TV in the room, but you can't see us that way. So I came to say
Oh
good morning.
no! Oh no! I hope I have all my
Good
filters on to
morning.
be on the big screen.
Oh,
I don't know
Because I
why
always
this is
look at the big
blurry.
screen and wonder.
Let me see. Why am I blurry?
You have your black
you
background
have
on
your
blur.
Yeah, I
blur.
know, but I'm on an iPad, and I don't know how to do that right now.
I can
Oh.
go put a.
So I love that
Well, if you
picture
get
of
closer,
Anna.
you're good.
Sit close.
Yeah.
Put the laptop on.
There's Verishka. Hi.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good to see
Oh,
you,
hi.
Good to
beautiful
see you all.
Yeah.
And there's Mariana, I think, coming in from another country.
This is my daughter, Valentina.
Valentina,
Closer
good
because you're blurry.
morning. I remember when
So
you
I-
were born.
Whoa.
So nice to see you. All these wonderful people. So Randolph, did you get that Gail is the joke person?
Oh no, I did not know that. I was going to
Oh,
jump in if I had to.
that's
I
why
got it.
I asked because Pam's going to do the invocation.
I sent you that in the chat, Randolph. Are you getting the chat that I sent?
No, because I have Alita, you doing the invocation. Okay, so
No,
good.
Pam.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I changed that all this morning and sent it out just to, about
Oh,
10 or 15 minutes ago.
okay.
Mariana, where are you coming from?
Hi, I'm Mariana from Mexico.
Well, welcome. So nice that you're here.
Thank you.
And there's our dear Veronica, as I struggle to do her former position. Well, good morning, early birds. It's 7 a.m. Let's get this show on the road. I am your acting Sergeant at Arms, and the mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills. These skills foster self-confidence and personal growth. These meetings are recorded for our members, and early bird Toastmasters may also use these recordings for club promotions. It's important for everyone to practice good Zoom meeting etiquette. Please keep your microphone muted unless you're actively involved in the conversation, and remember to unmute yourself to speak. We want to see you. Keep your camera turned on during the meeting unless you do not wish to participate. Be aware that the camera sees everything. Use the chat. You can chat privately or with everyone. Now, please welcome our president, Toastmaster Randolph Bastine.
Good morning, everyone, all fellow Toastmasters and all most welcome guests. I am Toastmaster Randolph Bastine, and we are going to be doing a different set of meetings this morning. Our format will be a little different. So, but we are going to have some of the standard practices, and we're going to start with an invocation this morning, and that will be led by Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bastine. This morning I am going to present a prayer written by Protestant theologian Randolph Neuber in the early 30s. It's beginning part you probably know, but it's actually part of a longer prayer, and I'm going to do the entire one in honor of Anna. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking, as he did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it be, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. Amen. Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. And we are going to follow up our invocation and pledge with a joke by our former Toastmaster Val.
No, it's me who's giving it this morning, Gail.
Sorry, Toastmaster
okay.
Gail.
Well, it was the last day of kindergarten, and all the kindergarten children were bringing presents to their teacher. So the daughter of the florist gave the box to the teacher, and the teacher said, "Oh, let me guess, are these flowers?" And the little girl says, "Yes, ma'am, it's flowers." And she says, "Oh, thank you so much." So then the little boy came and he gave her a gift, and his father owned the candy store in town. And so he said, "Here, ma'am." And she said, "Oh, are these some special chocolates?" And he says, "Yes, ma'am, it's chocolate." She said, "Oh, thank you so much." So the next little kid came, and his father owned a liquor store in town. So he handed over his gift, but it was leaking. So the teacher sort of puts her hand on where it was leaking and tasted it. And she said, "Oh, is this wine?" And he said, "No, ma'am, it's a puppy." Thank you. Back to you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we usually have a grammarian in our format, but however, today we don't have a grammarian. So we are not going to necessarily, well, yes, we'll have a word of the day. The word of the day will be courage. So in self-introductions, you're welcome to use the word of the day, and we will have self-introductions, and we have quite a bit. So that, let's all get to know each other. And we're going to start off with Toastmaster Marie Rock.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bastine, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. It's delightful to feel this outpouring of love and to see all of you and to have you here. I'm coming to you from Wilton Manors, and Anna had the courage to take many leadership roles. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you. Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher.
Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and all of our welcome guests. I am Pam Scrimcher. I am here in Windermere, Florida. And courage. I hope I have the courage to be as kind as our friend Anna. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Toastmaster Gail West.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. I'm Gail West. I live in Orlando, Florida. And I always admired the courage of Anna and her family when they had to leave their home country and escape to go to Spain. Back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Alita Richmond.
Presiding officer and guests. I'm Alita Richmond, coming to you from wherever I am, Newton, North Carolina. And yes, Anna had the courage. She would do whatever was necessary. She's so wonderful. I wish I'd have known her a lot longer, but for the short time that I did know her, I felt that I knew her all my life. Back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Chris Gould.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, yes, I am Chris Gould, coming to you from Singapore because we live on a cruise ship. We saw lots of courage on the big screen today. We went to see the movie Odyssey at a theater right near the port. So that was interesting. I had the pleasure to spend many hours watching all 53 of Anna's recorded speeches since we've been meeting over Zoom. And I too am inspired by the courage of her family to do whatever was necessary to keep their family together and out of harm's way when they left Cuba. Mr. President.
Thank you. Toastmaster Jim Gould.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I'm competent Toastmaster Jim Gould, and I'm very close to Chris here in Singapore. And I do appreciate the courage of Anna and everyone involved in this. It's very difficult to get through one of these, and we can do it. It's not a bad thing. Mr. President.
Thank you. Toastmaster David Relesh.
Good morning, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, Anna's family. My name is David Ralesh. I'm coming from Sunny Isles Beach. Courage is and dedication symbolize to me Anna. So to the Anna's family, stay strong, don't give up. She was a model for me. Back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Becky Jo Bean.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and guests and friends and family, it's so good to see everybody. We all loved Anna. A.J. Tozer said that the glory of God is man fully alive, and Anna was fully alive. Thank you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Jose Ferrer.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, fellow guests, courage to me signifies Anna in everything that she did throughout her life. So, forever in my heart. Back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster George Alvarado.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and family of Veronica, family of Anna. I am George, located in Davie, Florida, and I I I recall the speeches that were given by Anna, and she was a historian educating us on the history of Cuba, I recall, and the regime, and even parts of South Florida. And
Mm.
uh, I learned so much from her through her history, and forever grateful for that wisdom and knowledge that she bestowed upon me. And thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Veronica Winninger.
Good morning, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, family, and friends. My name is Veronica Winninger, and I hope to draw on my courage to live as authentically as my mom did. And I thank you all for your encouragement in doing that.
Thank you. Now we'll go into former Toastmasters and guests and friends. Will Toastmaster, I'm sorry, will our guest Andrew Winninger?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Winninger. I am Anna's son-in-law, Veronica's husband, and just took a lot of courage to be here for me today. And again, just drawing on that and feeling inspired by Anna.
Thank you. Becky B.
Hello, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here. My name is Becky, and I have known Anna for many years through 12 Steps program. I find she had the courage to stand up and say what was on her mind. She did not not let other people hold her back, and I always admired that in her. And I live in Melbourne, Florida now, but I'm very pleased to know Anna. And thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for being here with us. Former Toastmaster and Val, Toastmaster Val.
Good morning, Mr. President. I've heard that courage is fear that has said its prayers. And when I think of Anna, I think of her spirit anchored and grounded enough to speak her truth. I pray to have that kind of courage. Thank you.
Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. Courage is fear that said its prayers. Chad, I'm sorry. Please help me pronounce your last name.
Volker.
Val
Thank you,
Volker.
Mr. Toastmaster, and other Toastmasters that are joining us today. Hold on a minute. I think our mic is, we have double mics. Can you guys hear me? Is that all right?
Yes.
It's because your volume is out.
Oh. Is that better? No, it's still on.
Turn yours off and use mine, please.
Mine is off.
No.
Sorry about that. We got two computers going. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, for inviting us today. I am Chad Volkert, son-in-law for Anna Ilson. I have had the courage to go to a Toastmasters at 7 a.m. at Denny's with her many, many years ago. And that was a wonderful experience. I loved Anna, and I appreciate the courage that you all show at Toastmasters. She was so proud to be part of this group for getting up, number one, early and rising and shining, but also speaking your truth and speaking so eloquently and sharing so many wonderful stories. So thanks for bringing us all together, and I'm glad to join you today.
Thank you for that. We really appreciate that. And I wanted to say to Val, returning Toastmaster, not former Toastmaster, returning Toastmaster. Yes. And next up is Beatrice Hernandez.
Good morning and thank you for having me. My name is Beatriz Hernandez. I'm in Weehawken, New Jersey. I'm a friend of Anna's and a caring friend to the family. Courage in French is cœur, which is heart, and also corazón in Spanish. And boy, did Anna have heart and courage. And courage also is C, and that reminds me of complicity. The complicity of her sense of comedy, humor, is very inspiring. And her Cubanness, another C word, is extremely, extremely courageous. And that complicity of being a courageous Cuban is one thing that I will miss tremendously. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being with us. Returning Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster Mary Helen Day.
Yes, I'm honored to be here, but I'm also honored to share. I'm sorry if I'm tearing up a little bit, but to see the love and support that you all have not only given Anna, but she gave you over the years. I mean, it just to know that, tomorrow, today, whatever, we all have the courage to put one foot in front of the other and to live our lives out as fully as we feel that Anna did. Mr. President.
Thank you. Millie.
Good morning, all. I came to listen, but I knew Anna for a short, beautiful time. She always made me laugh. She rekindled the love for literature for me through different books that we read and studies that we shared together. I used to tell her that she's my sister in another world. Just a very compassionate, intelligent, vibrant, and funny person. She made me laugh when I would perhaps see something as bleak. She always helped me with compassion, see the humor in it, not to take myself too serious. And I'll miss her, but I hear her all the time. Just a beautiful soul. Such a blessing to have known her. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here with us. Returning Toastmaster Pablo Baroni.
Good morning, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome guest, Anna's friend. I was a member of this club for almost 4 years. Yes, I heard so many of Anna's stories, but the best thing for me was her recaps. I looked forward after every meeting to her recaps. They were masterpieces. She was indeed the Michelangelo of words. I enjoyed them so much. Even yesterday, as soon as I heard the news, I went back to my emails. I read so many of them. I will keep reading them, keeping them because really they're masterpieces. She was really good at it. Thank you.
Thank you. Returning Toastmaster Mano.
Yeah, I'm here. Give me 1 second. Oh, can you all see me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for having me. And I have read her notes after every meeting. I really love the meeting, even though that I'm not part of the entire meeting. So I was able to go through the meeting notes and I see her. I really love all the love that you're pouring, and I know how Anna feels. I mean, how she is to everyone, each of you. I hope I have the courage of Anna listening to all your stories.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mariana.
Hi, I'm Mariana. I'm very happy I could join today. And Anna was like a mother to me. She helped me and gave me the courage to learn, to be gentle with myself and to love myself and to show up. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. Jennifer K.
Good morning, Jennifer from Fort Lauderdale. I've had the pleasure of knowing Anna for many years. Probably not as intimate as you guys, but I never had the courage to ask her to be my sponsor or service sponsor because I knew she worked a really good program, and I was afraid sometimes that the things I was doing in life was not, the right thing, but I had the privilege of sponsoring someone she sponsored, and my sponsor, she sponsored another one of my sponsors. So I know she's been in my life, my whole life, through the people that are in this program. And I loved her very much. And I'm going to miss her shares. So thank you.
Thank you. And it looks like we have another guest. I don't know if this is just like a backup phone or if it says iPhone. If you would like to share any words or introduce yourself, you're welcome to. The screen says iPhone. If not, we're going to move on. Okay. And I am Randolph Bastine here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I want to say thank you to you all. This meeting within itself took courage from each and every one of you, the family, the friends, the Toastmasters that's been sisters and brothers to Anna for years. I'm speaking years. And I personally, and I know that everyone here appreciate you all. We're going to go right into the meeting. And we're going to start the meeting with a video presentation that was put together by our techies of the group. And we're always forever grateful to you all, Toastmaster Chris Gould and Jim Gould. And I believe it's going to be presented by Toastmaster Marie Rock. Is that correct?
Correct. Chris and Jim, do you want to introduce the video?
Sure. I would like to say a little bit. As Paolo said, Anna's recaps were legendary, and I did not want to lose them, so I made a blog many years ago that every one of her recaps just goes automatically to that. And then with COVID, when we started meeting online, we got everything recorded. We can see every speech that everybody has done since April of 2020. And so I had spent a very enjoyable day on Saturday just watching all of her speeches. And I hope you like the pieces that I picked out to put together this video. And then Jim put it all together in transitions and labels and stuff like that. It's a 13-minute video of pieces of Anna's speeches.
Join me today, please, in my tale of how I became a mask addict. It's scary, and I'm warning you, some of it will not be pretty. But hang in there, there is hope. During my first marriage, I put on the mask of happiness. I pretended that I liked my new country in South America. I pretended that I loved my new in-laws. I pretended that changing diapers was the most exciting thing in the world. And I pretended that my husband and I had a happy marriage. Happy, happy, happy. Hear ye, hear ye. That pretend world of happiness came crushing down in a hurry. I was a master of misdirection. I wore masks to distract you, to keep you from seeing my flaws and directing your attention to the aspects of myself that I liked or that made me feel worthy. And then I came to Toastmasters and I found a mentor, and gently she guided me and suggested that I start becoming vulnerable and revealing myself and becoming authentic, if only for a brief fleeting moment during speeches. I, in turn, was open-minded and willing to accept those suggestions and implement them. And so the years went by, and it worked. I finally realized that life is a lot easier when I set aside my masks and my disguises. They had met years ago at Cantinas to Go, a popular Cuban restaurant where Margarita Conchita Josefa's culinary skills produced tasty dishes. Ah, who could resist? Her legs were as long as her name, and Juan Manuel Roberto Gonzalez fell head over heels into her pot of black beans and rice, accompanied by succulent and oh so crispy pork rinds. Oh, the years went slowly by, and the Gonzalezes spawned a bunch of little Cubanitos whose names defied logic. Esteban Jesus Álvaro, Gloria María Juana, and Robertico Juan Diego. Once upon a time in the recent history of early birds, I started writing off-the-wall humorous minutes of our weekly meetings. I suppose I have a talent for embellishment, acquired during my adolescent years as a perennial liar. Suddenly, one of our text experts asked if she could post the recaps on the internet. I said, I'm in a fog. She heard me say, make a blog. And presto, effortlessly, mindlessly, and almost instantaneously, I, formerly tech challenge fogger, became a blogger. Who knew? Every week I post the recap to earlybird3659.talkwell.com, and you can find an archive at a site that I will give you afterwards. And this is the part where you folks come in. Keep up the zaniness of your prevarications. The zanier and the more festive, the better. I need more fodder for the blogger. Get it? We're a team, a collection of blog content providers for the humorously insane. Madam Toastmaster. Can someone please explain to me what it means to be happy as a clam? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Guess what? You are right to be clueless, because the cliche as we know it is incomplete. It turns out that some eccentric entity, probably a marine biologist, discovered that clams are not happy at low tide, when fishermen are yanking them off the rocks. How they did that survey is beyond me, but they did. Who knew? So the popular saying omitted to say, happy as a clam at high tide. And so it goes with cliches. We hear them, we repeat them so much that they lose their meaning. We don't even know they're cliches. I moved to Fort Lauderdale in 1982. Spring break was in full swing, and my husband told me that he had come to Fort Lauderdale as a spring breaker in the 50s, drinking copiously with his college buddies in the original Elbow Room, which is still there today. All these years, I was convinced that the moniker Fort Lickerdale derived from those wild and crazy spring breaks. But boy, was I wrong. I recently found out. Play back the tape of history to 1919 and the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. Prohibition. South Florida became the cradle of bootleggers and smugglers, familiarly known as rum runners, hence the drink. Our proximity to the Bahamas made us geographically desirable to violate prohibition. It was a match made in heaven. The Bahamas was under British rule, and the Brits would never dream of banning alcohol. No, sir. Rum raids were carried out, and in one of them, the Broward sheriff and all his deputies were arrested, along with the chief of police and his men. People, everybody was in on it. And this, my friends, is how Fort Lauderdale became known as Fort Lickerdale. Step aside, you amateur spring breakers.
Have you ever asked yourself, how did I become a member of Early Bird Toastmasters? What brought me here? Well, I did. I do. The year was 2009. Let me tell you a little bit about how I got here. My friend Peggy Gallagher and I were bobbing up and down with the ocean waves in Fort Lauderdale Beach. I confided in her that I had an upcoming business trip to Dallas in 3 months where I would have to make a presentation to my boss and his boss and their boss and up the corporate totem pole. I was very insecure, and in business meetings, I never, ever raised my hand to speak, and I just tried to blend into the wall and be invisible. Peggy instantly said, "Come to my Toastmasters meeting next Thursday. You'll lose your fear of public speaking, and besides, the group is a lot of fun." Well, I worked through my fear of attending this crack of dawn meeting, and what a pleasant surprise. I actually had a great time. One of the club founders, a certain Mr. Kip Barkley, who was a character himself, was enthusiastic and fun. Everyone was friendly and welcoming. I was impressed by table topics, by the prepared speeches and the evaluations. So I decided to join the club right then and there because I saw how this could help me. And that began my journey in Early Birds. We used to meet at a Denny's in Fort Lauderdale, and I soon had to give my icebreaker speech. I invited my friend Becky Jo to come, and although she complained very loudly about the time of the meeting, she did come and join right then and there. I started inviting friends whom I thought might find value in the club for their careers. And little by little, our club grew and grew. So through the years, I've held every club office except treasurer and VP of membership. So years ago, when I retired from corporate America, I decided to stay in Toastmasters because I love our club, I love its members, and I love how much I learn in every meeting. And that is still true today. As I've aged, Early Birds keeps my mind active and open to learning new things. Let's embark on our new year now that we're coming up on it by growing and having fun. Because if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters.
I was born into the Cuban culture where food is used to transmit messages. So my mama transmitted love with puffy meringues. She transmitted care by feeding me guava pastries for energy before my swimming competitions. She transmitted control with a wooden spoon. At age 10, my family fled Fidel Castro's communist Cuba, mostly because all the great restaurants had closed down in Havana. And we chose to move to Madrid, Spain, because my mamacita loved flan. And so flan became a permanent fixture in my life. At age 30, I moved to the United States. And I learned how to cook so that I could transmit, like any self-respecting parent, all of my unhealthy habits to my kids. So I embarked in a world of steak and ribs and baked potatoes and corn on the cob, everything oozing with butter. Yum! Flan reached epic proportions, now refined to stuffing with grated coconut and oozing with caramel.
Well, my arteries spoke up. They said, we can't take this anymore. And it all showed up with an emergency trip to the emergency room with alarmingly high numbers and an unstoppable nosebleed. My cardiologist kept saying, very tediously, change or die. And oh, so I changed. Fast forward to now. If you were to come over to my house for breakfast, it's oatmeal and Brazil nuts, baby. Hey, I had to quit the salt addiction. I went from the Bolivian salt flats to Mrs. Dash on everything to nothing. Niente, nada. And you know what? It proves the old adage, never say never, applies because I like it now. My taste buds have changed completely. But someday, if I'm alert enough to know that the end is near and I must face the final curtain, I'll put my last meal request, a bunch of Cuban pastries and a big slice of coconut flan. Oh, and for a swift, sudden death, pass me the bag of Doritos, please. And don't forget the pico de gallo, Mr. Toastmaster.
Wow. Wow. Such a beautiful video. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that so much, Chris and Jim. That was very well put together.
Just one comment. I kind of wish that we were all still meeting at Denny's and could have arranged to have flan in her honor. I thought that would be fitting. Mr. President.
Thank you. Okay. Question. Should we do a brief intermission or do we want to just go straight through the meeting? Straight through? Okay. All right. Next up, we're going to have Toastmaster Veronica Miniature.
All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Andrew Wininger, and I'll be speaking on behalf of Veronica and I. So I'd like to start by acknowledging the awkward nature of my first Toastmasters meeting being to deliver a eulogy for Anna. But I know she's smiling over a cup of coffee and getting a kick out of it, undoubtedly being my most memorable and seeing me rise to the occasion. This forum was one of Anna's sacred spaces. She loved language and communication and often spoke to how pathways honed her skills. She was a wordsmith, crafting vibrant and vivid speeches that would instantly transport you to where and whenever. Mornings at her childhood home in Cuba before fleeing Castro in the 60s, smoke-filled discotheques in Spain where she danced nights away as a young woman under Franco in the 70s, even into America in the 80s where she carved out her American dream. She could easily and instantly draw from her steel-trap mind and penned 3 books, each one a treasure trove detailing the times, people, places, and music that shaped her. It's an impossible task to summarize such a storied life in a few minutes. Anna was a diamond forged by unimaginable pressures, a calm port during the worst storm. She was tall. So tall, in fact, she had to provide her birth certificate to compete at those swim meets she mentioned when she was a girl, and even then still caught incredulous glares. Smooth seas never made for skilled sailors, and by metaphorical extension, Anna was a weathered, sun-beaten, slightly salty admiral. Exactly who you'd want at the helm during tumultuous times. She built a massive boat and welcomed all aboard who were willing to help themselves. She found joy in teaching others how to navigate their own storms and shared the skills they needed to captain their own ships. She was quick to offer sage advice, uniquely packaged with a swift kick in the pants that put things in perspective and kept you moving. Anna didn't just survive 76 years on this earth, she thrived, and against many odds, still made a beautiful life for herself, her husband, and her 3 daughters. We all miss Anna dearly. Grief is the price you pay for love, and while this past week has hurt and felt insurmountable at times, we draw strength from the many lessons she imparted, memories she imprinted, an avalanche of messages from people the world over. For all that Anna was and did, she was especially humble And there's a fine line between eulogizing and idolizing so as to avoid crossing it and making her cringe. Thank you, Anna, for all the love and kindness you chose to show me and so many countless others. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Next up, we will have David Relish.
Yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and Anna's family. To me, she represented both Cuba and the freedom of America. She belongs to that group of people who welcome me. I was touched by her countless stories about Cuba. I recalled that she wanted to live so much. So it's difficult to find the right words to honor Anna Ilson, who meant so much to me and to our early bird Toastmaster group. When I first considered joining, Anna welcomed me with open arms as a VP of Education. And her dedication was clearly convinced me to join the group. She was so dedicated that last week, when she did not show up, Jose immediately tried to reach out to her. And anyone he could. So that gave me a confirmation that her dedication was supreme. So I am deeply grateful for the time she invested in me for my first speech, patiently guiding me through the process with tips and advice. Anna's support went far beyond the stage. She always encouraged me, any initiatives. The last one was the background, first one to put it on. Go, David, try. I will truly miss her presence and her personality. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker will be Toastmaster Alita Richmond.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. We are here to celebrate a remarkable woman, our friend Anna Ilson. Anna joined Early Bird Toastmasters in 2009. I had the privilege of getting to know Anna in March of 2020 when COVID transformed Early Bird Toastmasters meetings from Denny's to online. After we lost Kip Barkley, has it really been 4 years? Anna quietly became the person we all counted on. Not because she wanted recognition, but because she genuinely cared about the success of Early Bird Toastmasters, every meeting and every member. She faithfully showed up. She welcomed guests. Many of them were invited by her. Even though she may not have had a great appreciation for pathways, Anna worked the program. She attended officer training, judge contest, and served as apparently all offices, but most currently she was our vice president of education for a couple of years. When there was an empty role, 5 minutes before the meeting, Anna somehow managed to fit it in. Sometimes she did 2 roles, sometimes 3 or more. If someone asked who's doing the second speech, the answer was often, Anna. Who's the timer? Anna. The awesome Anna Ilson was the Wizard of Oz as our awe counter. One of the greatest gifts that Anna gave our club was making every newcomer feel they belonged. Do you remember Lois Lane, Lorena Villegas, and Maria Teresa Montealegre? And of course, brother Jose and daughter sweet Veronica. They didn't just wander in. Anna invited them. She always welcomed guests with genuine enthusiasm that said, "We are glad you are here." In my opinion, the one thing that made Anna legendary has been, as you've already heard, her meeting recaps. They weren't minutes, they weren't summaries, they were works of art. Somehow, Anna managed to capture every speech, every evaluator's insight, every table topic with a humorous twist in a way that made you feel as though you attended a meeting, even if you missed it. Frankly, I often believed Anna's recap was better than the live event. She had a gift for finding the heart of every meeting. I have to admit, one of my first thoughts after hearing of Anna's passing last week was, who in the world is going to write our recaps now? The answer is no one. Certainly not the way Anna did. Some people leave shoes that simply cannot be filled. No one will replace Anna, but together we can continue her legacy. After years of seeing the same faces every Thursday morning, celebrating achievements, laughing together, and encouraging one another through life's challenges, our members became friends and eventually family. Geography doesn't matter so much. For 16 years, Anna chose to spend Thursday mornings helping others become better speakers, better leaders, and better people. So as we continue meeting each Thursday morning, we will think of Anna whenever someone volunteers at the last minute, and especially when we reach the end of our meeting in which someone would write one of those wonderful recaps. Thank you, Anna, for your friendship. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your laughter. Thank you for making Early Bird Toastmasters a better club and all of us better people. You will be dearly missed, lovingly remembered, and forever a part of Early Bird histories. Our meetings will not stop because she's gone. They will be forever better because she was here. Next Thursday, we'll meet again, just as Anna would have wanted us to. We'll fill the meeting roles. We will encourage new speakers. We'll laugh, we'll learn, and somewhere along the way, one of us will probably think, if Anna is somehow listening, she would probably be reminding us to watch the timing lights. And then she'd write the best meeting recap ever. Rest in peace, dear friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker will be Toastmaster Marie Rock.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, Anna's beautiful family, and our most welcome guests. This eulogy is brought to you Sesame Street style by the letter V. Anna had an uncanny attraction to the letter V, with 3 daughters named with the letter V, including our member Veronica, who we know and love. But I'm going to talk about some of Anna's V attributes, her values and her voice. Anna was clear about what she valued, and that is how she spent her precious time and resources. Anna was not a superficial woman. In our very materialistic and vain society, Anna was most concerned with the people in her life. She valued connection with family and friends and cultivated relationships seemingly without effort, but we all know that relationships do take effort. She was generous with her time. If I asked in this group who was close to Anna, everyone would raise their hand because she made the connection. She messaged regularly and sent out many invitations. We were free to accept the invitation or not. No hard feelings. And let's face it, she's the reason many of us are Toastmasters today. Furthermore, she was the voice of our club and entertained us each week with her recaps. And although she was modest about it, she valued her own ability to speak and to entertain. In addition to her many humorous speeches, Anna clearly articulated her views, specifically concerning her beloved Cuba. Anna was generous in sharing her family and friends with us. We've grown to know and love you all. I especially appreciate Jose's nickname for Anna, Miss Money Penny, the exceedingly efficient secretary from James Bond. Anna was not a procrastinator. Our weekly recaps were in our mailboxes within hours of our meeting. She showed up early and she was prepared. In her ever efficient and loving way, Anna gave me a parting gift. Last Saturday, I received a letter from Anna. And Anna knew I was fond of butterflies because when my mother passed away, outside of our church, the Blessed Mother was surrounded by butterflies. And I always thought they were spiritual in significance. Well, on Anna's letter, there's a little sticker with a butterfly that says, "Hi there." Can you believe that? And on the inside is this card with these two glamorous women from the 1950s. And it said, "Glad we've stopped worrying about what everyone else thinks. Damn, that was getting old, just like us." If you remember last week, Jose asked me if I'd rather be respected or liked. And I said, I'd rather not be a people pleaser or an approval seeker. So that was just an uncanny coincidence. And finally, in her written note, she has, "I treasure our friendship. Happy birthday." So how do I treasure Anna's friendship? I turn that big V void into an A with a little bridge across for awesome Anna. Because Anna has gifted us with an incredible legacy of what it means to be a good friend and to cherish all of our family exactly as they are, to voice your truth and laugh often. There will never be another Anna. Thank you for leaving us with a challenge to live and to love and to laugh like you have, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Toastmaster Becky Jo Bean.
Oh, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and family. I remember early on this is just a quick anecdote. Early on, when I met Anna, to my horror, my total like bewilderment, Anna had become an American citizen, and yet she had never watched The Wizard of Oz. And I thought, that's it's illegal. You cannot become an American citizen and not watch The Wizard of Oz. It's just not done. It's not done. So we went to her home with the big TV. We got the popcorn. We got the chairs comfortable. And I made her sit through the whole Wizard of Oz. I don't know. She said she liked it. I don't know if she liked it or not. It doesn't matter. Now she's officially American. She's officially American. And that just gave my heart such joy to know that she was she was up for my silliness. But honestly, Anna has been a good friend. And Anna, I will see you on the other side of the rainbow, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. And we do have a spot for someone to speak if anyone wanted to just say any words before we move from this portion of the meeting. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Oh, yes.
I,
Distinguished Toastmaster Mary Helen Day.
Well, I hope I can get through the speech, but I do remember the day that Anna Ilson walked into Toastmasters. And, she was just another person there that wanted to be a better communicator, just like the rest of us when we walked into those rooms. And Anna stayed through the years. She never really said all that much. She never did that many speeches, but she faithfully did the club officer roles and she would always answer during table topics. And once in a while, we would get a fantastic speech from Anna. And Anna was working at the time and very busy with her life and all that other stuff, but she would still show up every week, giving to the meeting whatever she could give to it. It wasn't until later on, many years later, when she retired, that I believe, and even after Kip passed away, that she fully blossomed and we could really see what a unique and special person she was. She was forced, quote, to give more speeches, and every speech she gave was meticulously prepared and always very interesting and infused with her particular humor. I so enjoyed watching that recap that Chris and Jim Gould did for Anna because it just brought that all back and I could appreciate her one more time. One of the speeches that she gave, though, was about the use of fans. And I did not see that in the recap, but I do remember that speech very, very carefully because she said, oh, the different ways that women in Spain would use fans. So I was inspired when I did the Camino when I ended up in Madrid to buy a lot of fans, which I did and I gave out to all my friends. And this is the one I gave to my next door neighbor. A lovely man that he could appreciate it because I was there during the Gay Pride Week. So watching all those wonderful speeches one more time, it made me happy. It made me glad to see it, but it also made me sad to know that maybe she left the planet a little too soon, a little sooner than we may have wished. Mr. President.
Thank you. Looks like Toastmaster Pam Scrimcher.
yes, I believe that we will have time for others if they would like. Like all of you, I was just shocked after last meeting. I didn't know what to do. And if you know me, I'm a birder and a gardener. So I went to my garden because it gives me a place to sort of think, but also it means that I'm doing something. I'm not quite perseverating quite as much. I am trying in my little Windermere home to build what I call a hedgerow along my south side, a mixture of shrubs, of all different native shrubs. And I'm hoping, I don't think I'll get hedgehogs, but I'll get something in my hedgerow. But it's tough because I have a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous oak, huge oak. So that means I need stuff that will be in the shade. I need stuff that will be in the semi-shade. I need stuff at the edges that'll be in the bright sun. It's been tough finding plants for that. But I did find one, and it was one that would be happy any of those places. So I thought, well, I'll try one and see how it was. And I was thinking about Anna's. I was digging the hole and doing all those things that one does to plant a shrub. It's about 4 feet high, and I hope that it'll be about 8 feet high and make up my hedgerow. And then, because I can't remember names hardly anymore, I always put a sign on what it is and when I put it in. And to my surprise, its Latin name is Mycene cubana. And like our cubana, it is adaptive. It will help me because it likes to be in the shade. But if it needs to be, it will be out there doing that job in the sun. So I might get another one. But I think maybe I'm first going to keep my Anna, my cubana, and have a special memory. And in addition to its little Latin name, I'm going to name it Anna. And every time I look at it, I will be thinking of her. And so far, it's only been a week, but it put a couple of leaves out. So I think we're doing okay. I think we'll be okay. Better to have known her, even better to as we have known her. And I'm so glad to be here among you all. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Will anyone else like to speak? Okay, we'll move on to closing remarks. Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you all for attending today's meeting. It is truly inspiring and a blessing to see the love and support for Anna. Anna, indeed, without a doubt in my mind, loved Toastmasters. She loved this club. As Toastmaster Alita Richmond spoke and Distinguished Toastmaster Mary Helen Day spoke about the courage that we all use the word of the day, the courage that she had when Distinguished Toastmaster Kip Barkley transitioned unexpectedly. She stepped up in the way that, you know, we all could be encouraged by. And she took on roles. She did not let the club skip a beat whatsoever. And it was done in amazing fashion. And yes, that was with the team and everyone. However, she stepped up to make sure that wherever she was needed, she fulfilled that place. And she also had the courage to reach out and just say hello and check on before. And I can speak for myself personally, Kip Barkley was, there's moments where that I may be missing in action, and Kip Barkley will chime in and check on me, and he'll be like, just come, do whatever you can. And, that was encouraging to know that just I don't have to come with perfection because, this was new to me. I was coming here to learn, and I have learned so much from this club. And to hear that from him, and when, he transitioned, Anna stepped up. On those times, I got the emails, text messages, phone calls, and in the amazing way she stepped up to let me know, remind me, just come. I don't have to be perfect. The perfection does not have to be there. And that gave me a place. It gave me a place to be freer, to be free to do what I'm doing right now, to speak, to step up, to take the call that when Becky Joe say, "Hey, we're what about the you want to take this position?" It gives me the courage to be free to know that I don't have to be perfect right now. So thank you, Anna. And she was for me. I tell my wife, and this was prior to last week. I told my wife, I say, one of the most wittiest and funniest person people that I know is, that because my wife, she hasn't joined us before on this meeting, but I say this lady named Anna Ilson. I mean, she is like so sharp and off the cut. It's like it's amazing, like this how she just come up with these things and just wow. So today, I say that, the world is will shine. It is shining a little less brighter without her beautiful light that we no longer have on this side. However, together, as we did today, and as we hope to do as long as we have, together we could bind together to just maybe get close to matching her light, but that we don't, it's not dimmed too far. And to the family and friends and Toastmasters, you know, there's tons. I'm going to just reference this as I have 4 kids, so and people like to say that there's tons of books on raising kids. And I said this last night, when a kid is born, what comes out is a placenta, not a book. There is no real right way to do this, to raise children. So, and I say all that to say to the family, you know, there is no words for this. There's nothing I can say. And, like a chair, uh, we it may be a great chair, but for each and every one of us, when we sit in that chair, we have to find our own position to become comfortable in that chair. So comfort is different for everyone. Find your strength, however you do, whatever you can do. Um, and Anna, as Toastmaster Marie Rock said, in her most amazing fashion, uh, she received a parting gift. Wednesday, I received a card for from Anna for my recent events that took place in my personal life. And in her fashion, it was Wednesday. Absolutely beautiful, and I'm forever grateful to her. So to the family, friends, everyone, as much as you can, be strong, and together, let's continue to bind together, and maybe we can get a little close to meeting the light that she so in her most fashionable, beautiful way that she shined. And I just want to say thank you all. And before we leave, would our guests like to comment on anything for the meeting? Do we have any guests that would like to make any comments? Sorry, it looks like Alita Richmond. You're speaking. You're on mute. Oh, okay. All righty.
Hi, I just wanted to say thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful video. And just, I'm just very, very honored to be here to give words of appreciation and love to the most wonderful woman I've ever met. Thank you so much for you all being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, we'd like to come in, guys. I can't talk today. I will be there next Thursday. A little bit more collected, but I think Chad did want to say some words.
No, I just wanted to thank everyone and maybe tell a brief story. Our daughters, Isabella and Valentina, and I were up at Lake George, beautiful Lake George in the Adirondack Mountains last week. My wife Verushka did not travel with us. She decided to stay home as God's blessing because she was here when the events happened. But it was Wednesday morning, and I had gotten up early, like you all have done today, and I went down to the beautiful old Adirondack porch where there's rocking chairs, and I took my daily Bible devotional, and I read a verse that talked about the beautiful nature of sleep. And I'll read that on Saturday at her service. But as I was sitting on the porch, and it was just after 7 o'clock, right around the time that you all meet, there was two ladies to my right rocking in chairs. And another lady walked up to them on the porch and said, "Are you ladies here for the bird watching tour?" Now, why did that hit me the way it did? Well, Anna has been to Silver Bay with us at this beautiful conference center a few times over the years, and she loved the mountain views and the crystal clear silver water that radiates off of Lake George. And when she was first there, she told us, with great surprise from me, that she was going to wake up very early and go on the bird watching tour. And she did that bird watching tour up there. And in all my years, and I have been there every single year since I was 6 weeks old, I've never known anyone to go on the bird watching tour, nor did I ever see the bird watching tour kick off. But this morning, as I was rocking there, the lady came up and said, "Are you two ladies here for the bird watching?" And they said, "Absolutely. We want to see beautiful birds today." And the guide said, "Well, let's head off." And as they walked down the old creaky stairs of the inn, she said, "Now, ladies, the trees have much foliage at this time of year, and the bushes are blooming with beautiful flowers. Most likely, we will not be able to see many birds today, but we will hear their beautiful call. We will see them in their voices. And I would just leave Toastmasters with that thought about Anna. We may not see her today, but we will always have her beautiful call. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Chad. That was absolutely beautiful. And with that, I think we will conclude the meeting.
I think the Winningers have their hand up.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
very, very brief. You all know what you meant and what this meeting meant to her, and so just a very profound expression of our gratitude for y'all honoring her and sharing her memories today.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And
Yeah, and I want to thank
Toastmaster.
everybody. I want to thank everybody, and you all said it. You know what you meant to Anna, and I'll be here forever. So, we love you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for putting this together. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Pam Scrimshire has something to say. It's muted.
Val has her hand up, is what I'm trying to.
Okay.
Thank you so much for putting this together and for sending out the invitation. There was something that was said that really stuck with me about Anna, the joy she had in teaching others how to sail their own ships. And that is what she did for me and for many of us on here. So if we can carry that forward, I know her heart would sing. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. And anyone else? I'm sorry. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Okay. All right. With that, we are going to conclude this meeting. And I just personally, I know that we all appreciate each other. And I don't know, do we have does everyone have we were all invited to Saturday if you're able to make it. If not, I don't know if I know I sent